name is Dr. Sylvia Black, and I'm coming to you from my book that I've written under the same title, Eat Healthy, Live Longer, Foods That Heal. And that book is available on my website at eathealthylivelonger.net, as well as Barnes & Nobles and Amazon Kindle, and the additional websites at the bottom of your screen. Now, how would you like to lose 30 pounds in 30 days without any bullet sweating exercises? Well, I did, just by following the healthy eating plan that I talk about in my book. Okay? You change your eating habits and improve your health. Okay? I was introduced to this healthy eating plan by my doctor that I include in my book, and my health has dramatically improved. Okay, and so can yours. There may be nothing that you can't do today that you couldn't do when you was younger, all because you choose to be healthy. Okay, you can follow the simple eating habits that I put in my book and start eating healthy and become active, healthy, and vibrant from this day forward. You may be able to make your skin glow. How would you like to be able to just get your skin to glow? Okay, from eating healthy fruits. I don't wear any makeup. I don't have any makeup on my face except for around my eyes and my eyelashes. And I don't wear fake eyelashes. I just, put a little makeup on. I don't have any makeup on my skin at all. Okay, and I can tell you the secret to younger looking skin in addition to being able to eating healthy fruits and vegetables. Okay? Excuse me, you may be able to make your skin glow. Okay, by eating fruits. How would you like to be able to get rid of acne? Just by eating fruits. You may be able to improve your skin's elasticity simply by eating fruits. Promote smooth, supple skin by eating fruits. It's all in my book, Eat Healthy, Live Longer, Foods That Heal. Available right now online. And you may be able to how would you like to be able to kill or stop the growth of precancerous cells by eating certain fruits? How would you like to be able to prevent the onset and progression of cancer by eating certain fruits? How would you like to be able to increase the growth, increase your hair growth, make your hair grow faster and longer and healthier? Simply by eating nuts. You may be able to, how would you like to be able to lower the risk of certain cancers? Okay? Cardiovascular disease and heart disease by eating nuts. You may be able to, how would you like to be able to prevent hair loss problems, including dandruff in men and women, simply by eating fruits? How would you like to be able to prevent arrhythmia and cardiovascular disease by eating vegetables? It's all in my book, Eat Healthy, Live Longer, Foods That Heal. How would you like to be able to lower fatigue by eating vegetables? How would you like to be able to protect yourself fight against the forms of cancer, such as bone cancer, breast cancer, colon cancer, larynx and lung cancer, simply by eating fruits? Okay. How would you like to be able to boost your brain function? Simply by eating vegetables. Okay, and may even be connected to Alzheimer's. But I would suggest you consult your doctor in that respect. Just keep in mind, though, that in this book, it does not manage medical conditions. Okay. But I include a healthy eating plan. The healthy eating plan suggests that you change the foods that you eat. And the foods do not have to be boring. They do not have to be uninviting. See, because I've already researched the market and I found substitutes that you can eat that still make your foods just as enjoyable. Certain things that you should not eat, okay, that's going to cause you to gain weight or to cause your body to develop chronic illnesses. I found substitutes for that you can eat that will still be within the healthy eating plan. So I had to find out by trial and error. Okay? But I include the healthy eating plan, and it consists of lots of foods and to avoid and vegetables and nuts. I include fruits that heal, vegetables that heal, beverages that heal. Okay? I guide you along the path to healthy living and longevity. I introduce to you new healthy food groups and allow you to continue to enjoy the foods that you love, as I said, and stay healthy, active, and youthful, from this day forward. It's never too late to start. There was a member of my family that, because when we were younger, we used to always eat, they used to always fix us fried foods. They would fry everything. Fish fry on Friday, fried this, fried that, fried cornbread even, fried pancakes. And then we would eat it, and then they would take the grease that they would fry the chicken in tonight and put it in the can of grease that they fried all of the last year's fried foods in. Okay, and they just store that grease up and keep the grease. And so when you're eating chicken at night, you're eating all the fish that you cooked last week. You're eating the pancakes. You're eating the sausages that they fried. Everything that was fried in that grease, you're eating it. Okay, and when I got grown, I started immediately. Matter of fact, when I was younger, I was about 12 years old, and I have asthma. And the doctors had told me I had eaten something. I think it was some kind of meat that I had eaten, and I had gotten sick. Went to the doctor, and the doctor told me that they had put me on a diet, a regimen. And I said, that was one of the things that I needed to eat. And almost the same thing now that I talk about in my healthy eating plan that was introduced to me by my doctor is the same thing that the doctor had told me years ago to incorporate. Now, I had been pretty much eating healthy. A lot of the things that they said I shouldn't eat, I didn't really find any interest in eating it. Maybe I would eat it once in a while, but I had the ability to eat it. It wasn't that I was restricted and that I could never eat it. So I could eat it if I wanted to, okay? But then there was a chance of me getting an asthma attack, okay? And then sometimes I would eat it and it wouldn't affect me. In other words, I wouldn't get an asthma attack, okay? I would have asthma, and maybe I would wheeze a little bit. I didn't pay any attention to that, but I never really ate those foods. And anything that I ate, I always looked at the label to try to make sure that it had some kind of healthy ingredient in it. Okay, but the healthy eating plan that I am eating now, I lost, like 30 pounds in 30 days. My blood pressure went down for the first time. It was always 140 over something. Even though I'm taking medication for it, and I'm taking 2 different medications for my blood pressure, and my blood pressure was never regulated until I started eating healthy. Now I think the last reading was 118 over 78. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I said, is that normal? I couldn't believe that my blood pressure had actually went down. I had osteoporosis, I beat that. I had gastrointestinal problems, I beat that. I had thyroidism problems, I beat that. Okay, I lost weight. Now I had to throw, not only did I have to throw food out of my refrigerator away, but now I had to throw throw clothes away or give them to the thrift store, because now I went from, when I first was small, I was a 36. Then I went all the way up to a 44 in bra size. And now I'm back down to a 38. Okay, 38 to 40 to somewhere in there. And I never threw my smaller bras away, which is a good thing because now I can just wear my smaller bras. And I had, now I'm 8 to 10. I'm a size 8-10 in pants, And when I had went all the way up, I was large, then I went up to extra large, and I was having to buy XX large. And I knew something was wrong, and I was trying to find the healthy, but I didn't do that, until I was introduced to it. So I'm introducing that healthy eating plan to you in my book. Eat Healthy, Live Longer, Foods That Heal. Okay, and I talk about foods that heal, fruits that heal, nuts that heal, vegetables that heal. Okay, and a host of other things that, I talk about in the book. Okay, I also talk about how to keep the ugly to a minimum, which elaborates on what happens to your body when you smoke and drink. Okay, how to take care of your body, the inside and the out. Okay, how to handle, how to take care of the inside and the outside of your body, from the crown of your head to the bottom of your feet. A holistic approach is what I concentrate on. Now, please note, as I said before, the healthy eating that I describe in the book does not manage any medical condition. Please see your primary care physician or your specialist if you have a medical condition that needs to be managed with food. For example, people with type 2 diabetes. Okay, and you can get a copy of the book at eathealthylivelonger.net. Now, 60% of Americans suffer from at least one chronic disease. Okay, poor employee health has an impact on the workforce productivity, engagements, and motivation, as well as an increased healthcare costs due to increased medical care. Okay. Employer health insurance costs spiked in 2021. The average cost of insurance per employee rose by 6.3% on the average. In 2021, as care use returned to more normal levels after plummeting in 2020, insurance costs increased by 3.4% on average per employee last year, last year. In 2021, it jumped to the largest increase recorded in the survey since 2010, I should say. Employers are optimistic that the trend is unlikely to continue, projected to a 4.4% increase in 2022. The survey found a higher cost growth for smaller employers of between 50 to 499 employees, who saw costs jump from 9.6% in 2021. Larger employers recorded a more modest 5% increase, according to the survey. Money is being lost by companies like many, because employees are taking off more sick days and illness-related absences, which lead to lost productivity, which can total approximately $1.5 billion annually for employees, costing employers $3,900 per employee. Now, we also help employees reach their wellness goals by providing access to a variety of classes and motivating features that build community in their own. Not just employees, anyone who desires to, we can come and speak at your organization, or we can work with you on an individual basis. And we're creating videos and what have you so that you can actually view it at your leisure on my website, as well as my YouTube channel, which is also Eat Healthy, Live Longer. My Facebook channel is Eat Healthy, Live Longer. Okay, and all my social media channels. My Instagram and my Twitter channel is not that, it's just my name. Okay, but you go to Eat Healthy, Live Longer, you type it up, and you should come up with my name and wherever I'm accessible to. But I work with the general population to facilitate the inclusion of healthy eating behaviors and empower you to take responsibility for your own health. I'm a mentor and a leader and who guides my clients towards healthier lifestyles. Okay, employee engagement is low and turnover is high. Employees face less work-life balance and feel disconnected from their workplace when they're not feeling well, especially. Virtual burnout, longer work hours, and more stress are reducing satisfaction. Employees are challenged to reimagine their benefits to support employees in the hybrid of remote working model. Okay, our clients use nutrition to achieve their healthiest lives. As a certified nutritionist and wellness coach, I will be teaching classes on wellness and holistic nutrition. And I have written a book entitled Eat Healthy, Live Longer, Foods to Heal, which you can get a copy of right now and get you on your way to healthy eating and a better lifestyle. Okay, a lot of things that you're experiencing probably today is because you're not eating right. You're tired all the time, your eyes are red. You could eliminate a lot of the outside features. Like I said, keep the ugly to a minimum. You could eliminate the red eyes. You could eliminate the dark spots around your eyes. Because I know I had some people in my family had their eyes were dark and black, black around the eyes. And one doctor told me it was because of lack of iron. But there are also fruits and vegetables that you can eat and nuts that you can eat. You don't have to eat them all. You can eat, I would suggest you eat maybe 2 or 3 of them. Put 2 or 3 of them together. Like say if you want to make a smoothie, and I'll tell you about my recipes that I have in the But if you want to make a smoothie, then you put your nuts on top as a topping. And then you're getting the nutrition of the fruit, and you're getting the nutrition from the nuts. Okay, you'd be surprised at the things that we don't even think about eating are healthy. A lot of things that we think are healthy are not. For example, iced tea. I was drinking. What was it? Iced tea. It was in the can. Iced tea I was drinking. It was in the can, iced tea. And I thought it was healthy because it wasn't carbonated, it wasn't sugary. I thought it wasn't sugary, and I thought that, I said, no way, it's good, it's okay, I'm just going to drink it without reading the label. And I did, and then when I got on the healthy eating plan, I looked at the label and I said, oh my God, I had just bought a gigantic thing from Sam's, because I'm starting to buy wholesale now, I said, no, it don't. And Sam's Club, they don't even sell what I need to buy. They don't sell the stuff that I need. They sell stuff, you can get some stuff there in bulk, but most of the stuff that I need to get, I have to get it from other supermarkets. And I have to go to like 2 or 3 different supermarkets to get what I need to get, When you're shopping, then that's what you probably end up having to do unless you want to order it online. Some of the things you can order online, some things you can, and it's best to always read the label. That's what I found out. And I can't eat one of those cereals that's on that shelf. I can't eat any of the cereals because every last one of them has sugar in it. Even the nutritious cereals that they say are healthy for you and all of this here, I can't eat none of them because they all have sugar in it. I should say I don't want to eat any of them because they have sugar in it, and I want to maintain my healthy weight. I like me smaller. I like mine, 137. I was almost 170 pounds. And then I went down. I knew something was weird, I just didn't know what. My neck was smaller and everything, and I was like, just the fat under my neck had been reduced. I like it, whatever it was. And then when I went to the doctor, I got on the scale, and it said 137. I said, hallelujah, I couldn't believe it. I went to my next visit the very next month because I was determined to stick with it. I said, I want to see the results of this. I thought it had something to do with my osteoporosis. Okay, I thought that, that it was going to, and it did actually in an indirect way. So you can beat a lot of the things that you have. Some of the things you can beat by losing weight. When you gain weight, it's like that's when you accumulate certain problems. Because I know when I was younger, when I had maintained that 125 pounds the whole time, I was good. But when I started gaining weight, just little by little, maybe 5 pounds, I think I went up to 130. No big deal as far as I was concerned. Then I developed high blood pressure. I'm like, how in the world can you develop high blood by 5 pounds? And the doctor told me, he says, when blood starts to go through certain areas of your body that it didn't go through before, now your body is pumping more blood in other areas, so it's going to need some help. So that's going to create high blood pressure because now you have a lot more blood going to different parts of your body that wasn't going there before because you have a lot more body for it to circulate in. And I'm like, wow, isn't that amazing? So he put me on the smallest dose of medication, and then every month it progressed. Okay, and I gained a little bit more. I think I was a steady 140. So I went from 125 to 140, and I stayed there for years. Okay, and then when the pandemic hit, and I wasn't as active, and I stopped going to the gym, that's when the pounds started to accumulate. And I'm sure that's when the pounds started to accumulate for you, because all of a sudden now here I am, 150, 160, 168. I'm like, at first I was thinking, as long as I can find some clothes that fit, it was okay with me. But then I remembered the prayer that I had prayed. I said, like, God, please don't make me fat and don't make me ugly. I said, he pretty much answered my prayer, When my sister had got pregnant, she had gained 70 pounds. 70 pounds when she was pregnant. And she had never lost that weight. My parents, on the other hand, they started when we were all grown. And they started to eating healthy because that's what the doctor told them. Because they were still eating fried foods. They were still eating all the wrong foods. Wasn't exercising or anything. And so that's why I said he was never too late to start eating right and eating healthy. And you can start today, right now, with what you have. By getting a copy of my book, Eat Healthy Living, and stay here. Okay, now staying healthy is the key to productivity in any place, the workforce, anywhere that you go. Okay, it's definitely the key to being productive. You'll feel better, you want to get up out of the bed because a lot of times you'll be tired. It's not because you didn't have enough sleep the night before. It's because your body's not functioning properly. It doesn't have the ability to heal itself like it should, And if it was to heal itself, then there would possibly be a way that you wouldn't feel so tired or you wouldn't feel so sluggish. Okay, there's a lot of things in here that you drink more of, that you shouldn't drink, that you think are escalating your ability to think better or keep you awake, which really isn't. In fact, it's having an adverse effect on you. Okay? And I can talk to you about some of those things, and one of those things is coffee. Okay? You're drinking coffee. Coffee actually slows down the brain. Okay? But you drink coffee in the morning and you think it wakes you up, but it really doesn't. And then you have to have more coffee. Why? Because the more coffee you drink, the less brain function you have. Okay? And then what it does is it excites you. You know, it gets your nervous system going, but it doesn't do anything for you. It doesn't, it's not productive for the brain, I should say. It does do something for the brain, but it's not productive in that way. Okay, now I have developed strategies necessary to educate you on ways to help you change your way of thinking about yourself, your eating habits, as well as your behavioral aspects. I empower you to lose weight, use the body weight that you want and that you need, and teach you how to keep the excess weight off for good. Okay, I encourage the individual, which is you, okay, not the physician, to establish goals by focusing on self-management and internal motivation. Okay, health coaches contribute to successful outcomes in several ways, including partnering with patients to identify health goals, which can be done on an individual basis as well as a group setting. I believe the same healthy eating plan that I was given, that I used to help me, can also help you. Okay, the healthy eating plan or dietary guideline is included in my book, which I consider as the meat of the book, really. You can be the best that you can be, starting right now, today, with what you have. Okay, you know, I say it to you, if you decide that you want to do it, what you do is that night before, cook your most favorite, your most delicious meal that you want. Make that fried chicken, eat that fried chicken for the last time. Drink that soda if you want to drink it for the last time, honey, and whatnot. And then in the morning, the next day, throw all that stuff out and go shopping and get some new stuff. Because I include in here foods that are suggested that you eat and foods to avoid. Okay? And you'd be surprised at the foods that you think are healthy for you that are not. We're being bombarded by the media all the time. You know, pictures of food. You know, pictures of desserts that they say is healthy for you, like, you know, ice cream and ices and what have you. You know, they advertise it all the time like they're healthy for you. And they may have a little bit of health benefit in it, but the reality of it is that they're not healthy for you because they're making you obese. They're causing you to lead you in the direction of chronic illness. They're leading you in the direction of obesity. They're leading you in the direction of shortening your life because you're not eating healthy, you're not eating right. If you want to be around for your grandkids, maybe even your great-grandkids, now is the time to start eating right. I don't care what age you are, where you are in life, what your financial status is, we can all do it. But if you ever, and I can tell you when the food is going to cost a little bit more. You know, the stuff is going to be almost like exotic food that you're going to be eating, but it's not. It's just food that you never touched before because you grab what everybody else grabbed. And I'm guilty of the same thing. You grab what everybody else has been eating or what you've been eating all your life, what you've been known to eat. You see what I'm saying? But you got to change that. You know, and no matter what other people say or how they ridicule you about your food, it's your life that's going to be affected, not theirs. By what you eat. What you eat is not going to affect them. It's going to affect you. Okay, you exercise, that's going to affect you. So when the pandemic came, I was just doing my treadmill for 30 minutes a day because I got a treadmill on my house. And then I was doing my physical therapy exercises, you know, which also, you know, helped me to be a little active, but it wasn't active enough because I work from home now. You know, so I'm sitting down 8 hours a day, and then when I finish working, I'm sitting in front of the TV or something. The really only activity that I got is when I got in the car and went somewhere, or when I was in the kitchen, you know, cooking or whatever. That's the most activity that I got. So, you know, that's when the pounds started coming on, you know. And then when I got to eating this diet, I said, no, I'm going to stick to this diet. I'm going to do it. Because I'm going to make a commitment to myself and I'm going to do it. And of course, me being, you know, licensed to preach and ordained as a minister, I incorporated God in my plan. And I'm going to talk to you about that too. Okay? Now, like I said before, I do not practice medical nutrition. Okay? I also do not diagnose or treat diseases. If you have any medical issues, okay, I'll refer you to a licensed physician. But please consult your doctor. if you're not sure, especially if you have underlying medical conditions that are currently being controlled by food, and you want to make sure that the foods that are suggested in this plan can coincide with what you need to eat. Okay, now sometimes, some of the food may be good and some may not. I can say one thing that I believe is true is that even some fruits have sugar that you cannot eat if you have diabetes too. I had a friend of mine that was diagnosed with diabetes 1. Okay, and he refused to take care of himself. He refused to eat right. They told him, to eat what foods to eat. He said, I'm not eating that, just give me my medicine, he said. So he really didn't care about himself or his body, And then his uncle had died from it. It seemed like that would have been an example for him. You're looking at your uncle, his uncle had lost both of his legs because he refused to stop eating the sweets. And even after he got his legs cut off, he still was eating sweets. And he had diabetes. So, he died early. So it ran in the family, And he died. He died right there. His job was 5 minutes away from his home. And he didn't even make it home to get his medicine. He died right there at the job, a heart attack. Okay? So I say to you, my brothers and sisters, take your medication with you. Because, if you need your medicine to take with you right then and there, you ain't got time to go home to get it. I don't care. He was 5 minutes away and he wasn't able to get home in time. He was driving. He could have made it. He didn't have time to get home. He had a heart attack right there and died. And there was no time for anybody to even get to him and fast enough. They couldn't even get the hospitals, the emergency, the ambulance. Nobody couldn't get to him in time because it was just too late. So you have to take your medicine with you. That's one thing. If you're going on a plane, you have to ask your doctor, because I know that, especially with a controlled substance, you can't take the pills outside of the bottle. You have to take the whole bottle with you, so that if you have a controlled substance, they know that you didn't bootleg it or whatever, or that it was actually a prescription. So you have to make sure that you have the whole bottle with you. You ask your doctor what medications you need to take with you. I know you don't go on a plane trip without taking your medications, but you could be standing there waiting for the plane, and then the plane don't come, and you get upset and whatnot, and you're about ready to have a conniption. What you gonna do? You need your medication, okay? And you ain't got time to go back home and get it. I don't care if you're going on a business trip and you coming back that night. Take your medicine with you. That's an advice to me, baby, because I've seen what happened to people who don't. I take my medication with me because there have been times when I needed to take a pill, and I was not close enough to my house to get it, so I had to take my pill with me. There was one time So I want to thank you for joining me today for Eat Healthy, Live Longer. And I want to ask you to join me next time for more interesting topics about you. Holla at the sister. Peace out.